So today our topic is still about quadratic functions. So this lesson is just a continuation of what we learned last time. So let's recall our additional information before, wherein we have the general form of the quadratic equation, which is f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are all real numbers and a is not equal to 0. We also have its vertex form, which is f of x is equal to a x minus h squared plus k, with hk as the coordinates of the vertex of the graph, where h is equal to negative b over 2a and k is equal to 4ac minus b squared all over 4a. So now, for our examples last time, we have to determine the coordinates of h and k. But look at our example. The example is not in vertex form, but rather it is in our general form. So to determine the coordinates, we will be using the formula h is equal to negative b all over 2a and k is equal to 4ac minus b squared all over 4a. Next step that we have to do is find the values of a, b, and c. So this is recalled when we learned all about quadratic equations. So we have a, which is 1, from x squared, b, which is 0, because we do not have any term with x, and c is equal to 1, which is the constant. Afterwards, we are just going to substitute the values of a, b, and c to our formula. So now we have h is equal to negative 0 all over 2 times 1, and k is equal to 4 times 1 times 1 minus 0 squared all over 4 times 1. As we simplify, we get the answer h is equal to 0 and k is equal to 1. Therefore, the coordinates of our equation is 0 and 1. So be careful when writing them. Always remember that the first number should be the value of h and the second number should be the value of k. Now let's go to the next one. Today we will learn how to transform a general form of a quadratic function to its vertex form. So the first step is to group together the terms containing x. So ito yung mga numbers na merong katabing letter x or any variable. Next, factor out the numerical coefficient of the quadratic term. So ito yung mga numbers na katabi ng letters or ng variables. So this will be explained later on when we have examples. So now we have add and subtract inside the parentheses the square of half the coefficient of the linear term b over ax. Apply the distributive law by multiplying the value of a and factor the trinomial and simplify the last two. And then we would now replace negative b over 2a by h and 4ac minus b squared all over 4a by k. So for our first example, we have f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 4x minus 3. So as you can see, this is in its general form. So ax squared plus bx plus c yung itsura niya. So now how do we transform this to its vertex form? So first, group those with the same variables. So pinagsama natin yung merong x squared at merong x. Kasi parehas lang silang may letter. So the variables have to be the same. If it's y or another letter like z, you can't put them together. Next one, take out their numerical coefficient. So I took out 2. So why did we take out 2? Because both 2x squared and 4x are divisible by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. So it's possible. And then 4 divided by 2 is 2. Kaya ang nangyari is 1 na lang yung natira dito and then 2 yung nandito. So next, we have 2x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 1 minus 3. So as you can see, the numbers inside the parentheses are numbers which makes the equation a perfect square. So what you have to do is divide it by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then 1 squared, which is 1. So you have to write its positive value and its negative value. Next. So you have to take out 2 times negative 1. So where did this come from? It came from here, negative 1. And dahil meron tayong minumultiply dito, may multiplier, you have to also put it in front. So bakit kailangang iwan ito lang sa loob? Because this will make our equation a perfect square, which is what we need when writing a vertex form. So next one, we have f of x is equal to x plus 1 squared minus 2 minus 3. So you just have to simplify. After that, simplify this 2. So we answer 2 x plus 1 squared minus 5. Next one. For our next example, we have f of x is equal to x squared plus 8x plus 21. So the first thing that you have to do is group the ones with the variables, with the same variables together. So that's why we group x squared plus 8x. So pinagsama natin sila. And then expand. So to make it a perfect square, we divide 8x by 2, which is 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then 4 squared is 16. So always put the positive 1 and the negative 1. So they come in twos. Afterwards, just put the negative 1 outside of the parenthesis, which is negative 16. So we will get x plus 4 squared. Usually, kung ano yung half nito, yun na yung nandito. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then simplify the terms outside, which is negative 16 and positive 21, which will give us 5. So our final answer would be x plus 4 squared plus 5. So just a simple reminder for our So here you can see that we have x plus 1 squared and x minus 1 squared. So when you expand them, kapag positive yung gitna, positive din yung nasa second term. Pag negative yung nasa gitna, negative din yung nasa second term. And then, how do you get the middle terms? So you just do this. So x times 1 is x times 2. That's 2x. Same for the other perfect squares. So x times 2 is 2x times 2 is 4x. Next one, x times 3 is 3x times 2 is 6x. And then, for the last term, you just have to square it. 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, and 3 times 3 is 9. So those are the little things that you have to remember when turning the general form to its vertex form and vice versa. Now, let's try to do the other way around, which is from vertex form to general form. So first, we have to expand the binomial, apply the distributive property, and then we should simplify the terms. So for this example, we have f of x is equal to x plus 4 squared plus 5. So expand, you will get x squared plus 8x plus 16. So tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, times 2, 4 times 2 is 8, and then 4 squared is 16. Next, remove the parentheses, and then simplify, which would give us the answer x squared plus 8x plus 21. So as you can see, this was our example also a while ago in our general to vertex form, so that you can see the comparison of the two. So with that being said, the general to vertex form is usually longer, or it takes more time to answer or make a solution compared to the vertex to general form. So that ends our lesson for today, and I hope that you learned something new. Thank you so much.